is the English American, isn't it? Or the American English from Mary Poppins.
From Mary Poppins.
Yeah, that's exactly how he called Mary Poppins, as I live and breathe.
Well, now, just give me, I just need a good 60 days in London. Just a good 60 days. Yeah.
See, you went a bit Yorkshire there on me, darling. Yorkshire. That was cool.
See, Yorkshire. I can mix it all. I just got to fit. Really I can
Do you not think I was trying to work out where it kind of reminds me, and I'm going more down the Cockney route. I'm going down more the apples and pears.
No. He's
you guys are always disagreeing.
Somewhere between New York and
there's no
Northern Ireland, somewhere in the middle of the ocean.
Northern Ireland.
What are you on about?
Northern English.
Northern. Who is it? Ireland. How do they even speak in Ireland? Let me see.
This should be good.
Oh my God, no. What is it? This is gonna be awful. Gosh, what is it?
Top of the morning.
Yeah, top of the morning to you. Look at the Irish boil, something like that. It's the look of the Irish,
That's equally as bad.
It's terrible. My Irish accent
equally as bad.
Terribly as bad. Guys, welcome back to another episode, brilliant episode of The Mortgage Comic here. I had to do that because of our illustrious guest here today. And I say it every single week. We get better and better with the guest, and this time I truly mean it, because we have some folks that actually live here. We'll find out about how long they lived here, but they've come all the way from across the pond. If you don't know what that means, they've come from my hometown in England, London somewhere. I'm from downtown specifically, to get geographic goes. But anyway, we have the Chubb team. We have Sir Dave Chubb and Madam Ayesha Chubb.
Hello, good to see you.
And I know a lot of people are also going to be from the States, and Ayesha from London. That sounds like the girl back home in Ocean View from the block, with the name Ayesha. But then you hear her talk and it's like all proper and stuff like that. Probably throws people way off. So I'm going to shut up because I really want them to talk. Listen to this, how cool this is.
Especially she's not from London.
She's not from London.
No, she's from the north, so you've just really offended
North
her right from the
Let's get that. Ayesha, where are you from specifically?
So I'm from 250 miles north of London, so a place called Yorkshire in the UK.
Okay, so we are in the UK.
We are in the UK, yeah.
Yorkshire, but that's 250 miles north of London.
North of London, yeah.
Okay.
Most people just know London, but 250 miles north of London.
People in America, again, our IQ levels aren't. We're rated 135th in education.
I think the only thing you really need to know is the Queen kind of lives in London, Windsor, that kind of area. So that's where the classy people live. Then the further you go north, the less classy they get, and that's about.
But
that's about
yet
it, really.
You married someone out of your class.
But that's for charity. It was a charity thing. It was how
a peasant thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's
you're trying to bring people back up to your level.
I got you. So, Dave, where are you from in the UK?
I'm from London.
Oh, you're from.
Funny you should ask. Yeah,
Funny you should.
So I was born about.
The Pompous. Yeah.
So Heathrow Airport.
Heathrow. Sure. Let's go
London.
So because I know everything there is to know about London.
You do. Yeah. And the English accent is.
Yeah. People have seen my shows. They love it.
It's splendid.
It's splendid.
So I was born about 5 minutes from Heathrow.
5 minutes from.
Are you all done now? You're done with the whole London, North Yorkshire thing, the whole London. I'm
sure we're good. So because here it's like East Coast, West Coast, North, down South. You guys have that in the I'm not going to say the UK.
Yeah, we do.
Because America, we just call everything London over there. Doesn't matter what part of the UK you're from, we just call it London.
Yeah, the biggest difference in the UK is north and south. So east and west, you wouldn't really.
Doesn't matter.
If you think about it, it's just a long, tall, slim thing. So the north and the south is the big difference.
Okay.
And the UK, of course, made up of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. That's the United Kingdom.
So those are the. I was today years old when I figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just say, okay, so the United Kingdom is England, Scotland, Wales,
and Northern Ireland.
Right. Gotcha.
Because Southern Ireland is still part of Europe.
We have a very important lady in our company. Shout out to Margaret Cameron. She is from Scotland. Now,
bless her.
she's a feisty. First of all, she kicks my ass on a daily basis. That's number one. But she's also the woman why my clothes get loans in 12 business days. So we don't want to piss her off.
That makes sense.
Her.
Yeah.
We
quite like her.
Makes sense
because that was amazing.
Yeah, she whips the crack on us loan officers and her operations team.
Yeah.
With love. but with fierce, and she rules with an iron fist.
They do have a reputation for getting stuff done, don't they?
But there is this bit of a clash when it comes to Ireland and Scotland. Apparently, there's like bad history books there. Do you guys know anything about that?
You know, when we first we moved here in 2010 to Florida, and people are saying, "Well, do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? You know, English and yeah, it's a party day, right?
It's a party day, just
And
alcohol."
I don't know. There's an impression over here that the English and the Irish don't get. I don't know where that
Yes.
comes from. Now, the English and the Scottish,
They don't get along. That's
There's a bit of a
Scottish
conflict.
don't like
there's a bit
us.
of,
Yeah.
They didn't like
They
one
don't
trying to
like
invade another like back in the day. Is that what that whole Braveheart movie was
I have
about?
no idea.
You've never seen okay, so they're keeping it.
I
I
have
love
no
it. So
idea.
let's get back to the UK. What language do you guys speak over there?
We speak British.
Well, no, I
Queen's
speak English.
Is it called English or Queen's English?
Well, I speak English. He would suggest he speaks the Queen's English, but he says some words very wrong, so I don't agree.
No, is that like a northern, southern thing?
Yeah. So say that green stuff that you walk on, darling.
The grass.
See
You
it?
walk on the grass.
Yeah, and I'd say grass.
They are both from the UK. If you guys didn't hear how that sounded, okay, say grass.
Grass or
Grass.
bath.
Or bath.
You go every morning and you have a bath.
Ayesha.
So I walk on grass and I have a bath because it just doesn't have an R in it. I mean, I don't know why he has to put extra letters in. It's ridiculous.
All
but
I
there you
will
go.
say is just ask the Queen how she would say it. That's all we need to hear.
Well, I have a question for both you guys. We're getting really fierce here. Why'd you guys tax us?
Why what?
Why'd you,
Why what?
why'd you guys tax us?
Because we have a reputation for going around the world and trying to take countries over, and it's just something we like to do, really.
So
In fact, we moved here in 2010, we
Well
failed.
after,
We
you know,
failed
the American
what 1700s.
You guys failed
And
at that because
so
we kicked
the-
your ass.
Yeah, you did. And well, that's only because you hid in the bushes, right? But we are back here on a mission from Her Majesty the Queen to kind of try and teach you how to speak properly and spell properly, because
properly.
you've really
Speak
killed
properly,
our language.
yeah. Well,
You've lost letters, you've changed letters in the
well, that's
language.
because you guys decided to first of all settle towards like New England and up north. You know, like
Was
you
it?
know,
You know
well,
more
I
about
mean,
history
technically,
than I
what was
do.
it? Jamestown was like, if we want to get political, back in my home state of Virginia. You know, back was it 1607. You know, was it? It's not Sir Walter Raleigh. That's North Carolina. What's his name? John Rolfe. Is that what it was? That's right. And you know, again, everything comes back to Disney with you people. I've done like 5 or 4 shows with here, but Pocahontas, Disney, she didn't even marry John Smith. So I don't even know, like, that's just historically inaccurate.
Right.
But I'm going to blame you Brits for that.
I think you've mistaken me for someone who has the first level of intelligence when it comes to history.
But I thought you Brits know everything.
No, we just go and take countries over. We just come and fight them to try and take them over. That's
Okay, so
that's our mission. We don't have to know anything about them.
and you guys were in the European Union at one time, and then you guys
We
did the
were.
Brie exit.
Yeah, and that was a bit cruel. Why did we leave that?
I don't know, but now you guys went back to the pounds instead of the euro.
Well, no.
We always were the pound. We
Yeah.
kept sterling. We didn't go to
So the
euro.
UK
Sterling, what is that?
Pound sterling.
Pound sterling. You see,
So
I'm
we
not educated
never.
in that.
So the Brits always kept hold of the pound. We never went over to the euro. So Southern Ireland. Remember we said United Kingdom is Northern
Sure.
Ireland. Southern Ireland went over to the euro, and they're still there. But we kept our pound. And joking aside, but that was all about the general public deciding whether we should be in an organisation like Europe. How does the general public decide that? So
I don't know. Is that
I
your
don't know.
parliament to decide? Is that like your level of government? It's parliament.
Parliament, yeah.
It's a cigarette too, you know. Did it come from parliament? Or is it like in an English thing?
I would love it if he tried to do the rest of this whole thing in an English accent. That would be
well,
very amusing.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, tell us. So you came here in 2010.
We did.
Okay, great.
In fact, we moved here on July 2nd, which was fantastic. So in fact, we're pretty much close to that day now.
There was a great big party going on.
It was amazing.
Wasn't there?
2 days later, everyone had
Awesome.
firework displays for us. It was like a big welcome. It was really nice.
Oh, so we did that for you?
Yeah.
As a reminder that we kicked your ass and gained our
we
independence.
moved here on July 2nd. 2 days later, everyone's having parties for us.
I'm suggesting it's because they were grateful that we came
I
back.
think so.
Oh, that you came back.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever makes you guys sleep at night, a little better sleep at night.
Can I start calling you Dick Van Dyke? Can I do that?
You can call me whatever you like. It's all right. But I'm gonna keep going. It's all right. You guys,
right.
I will not be intimidated in my own show.
No,
okay?
no.
Absolutely,
So-
I agree.
Yeah, we should
Carry on.
not even. My audience was probably even wondering why I didn't even speak
really
in my
have an
natural,
audience?
abilities in this. Actually, matter of fact, I'm the authentic. They're the frauds. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Do you
no idea
really
what
have
accent
an
he's
audience? Or is this just like your own...
No, I have a
You
little
sit at
bit.
home and listen to these? Or...
Well, we'll listen to it, so we'll be two.
That's true.
So
There
be
you
three
go.
of us.
We're three of us.
And he
maybe.
did say at the beginning that his guests always get better and better. So tomorrow will be like the crappiest of his list.
That's
Because he'll
exactly
have better
right.
people in tomorrow.
That's exactly right. I might even just scrap this whole thing down and only get like 2 clips of you guys, saying how great I am, and that's it. The Brit said I'm great, and show's over.
We can do that.
Yeah.
He's great, isn't he?
You really
He's
are
really
great.
awesome.
Cut right now. Thank you for watching the Mortgage Comic Show. That's all I really wanted them to say. All this other backstory doesn't really matter.
Are we going to get to talk about how awesome you were, though, with that?
It's not really about me, But if you want to say a little word, go ahead. They're listening.
What? I don't think it was. So we had a...
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
I beg your pardon.
No, that's okay.
Okay. I do want to say this. I feel so sophisticated right now. This is the first podcast. At every one of my podcasts, we've had alcohol and liquor,
Well, why don't we
and
have it?
we've had such a great time. What would have been appropriate, is for us to have some tea. Apparently, they love the tea. And I just feel so like my IQ just went like another 100.
I think
points.
we're in a good position to say it hasn't gone up, really. you might feel like it has, but we know it hasn't.
Really.
But
This way of speaking just makes me feel, intelligent.
doesn't make you look intelligent.
And I've never looked intelligent.
No.
The comments that I always get is, Jeremy, you're smarter than you look.
Right.
And I've been getting that all my life.
Yeah, all my life.
All my life.
Yes.
That's good.
No, that's how we. Remember, I grew up very impoverished, so we didn't learn proper, English, Queen's English.
No.
We learned it in the streets.
Industries.
I'm not quite sure of anybody that does know that it's American English here, isn't it? It's very, very different American English. I mean, you have some really weird words.
Give me an example.
So the one that I really can't get used to is like trunk for your boot and garbage for your rubbish.
Wait.
And obviously the engine goes under the bonnet.
Yeah.
You have your
the
engine
hood.
under a bonnet, under a hood. Why is that a hood?
Wait,
It's a bonnet.
what?
It's a beautiful bonnet.
No. First of all, when I think of bonnet, I think like of some sort of a weapon. Like a bonnet that you put at the end of a rifle.
No, that's a bayonet.
That's
Same
a
thing.
No, a bonnet is a pretty hat. That's a bayonet. Now you're thinking back to when we invaded again. That's what
I'm having PTSD, honestly. From the time. So, but all right, I can understand garbage and rubbish.
Yeah.
But why don't you like that word?
It's just not that I don't like it. I'm just like, I don't.
It's wrong.
It's
just wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's just
So
rubbish.
you guys fight each other on your own words from London and North.
Well, we pronounce them slightly differently.
Yorkshire, that's what it
Same
was,
words,
Yorkshire.
aren't they? But I pronounce them correctly.
And do you guys actually know that there was a place? Obviously, there's Northampton, Southampton. Where is that in relation to London, by the way?
Well, Northampton is about... Well, you're really good with geography, aren't you? So Northampton is about an hour and a half.
You're not educated in Northern London, are you?
No, she's just not educated.
Geography is not one of my strong points.
Yeah, you know what, Ayesha, I can see outside of that. People will tell you geography, even here in the States, is absolutely abysmal.
So Ayesha, you ask Ayesha, where is it in England? How far away? It's about 15 minutes. So where is anything is about 15 minutes. It's like here in Orlando, it's like
Oh no, that's
about
not
30
fair.
minutes.
Everything is roughly about 25, 30 minutes away.
In here,
in Orlando.
No, that's very true. Everything is.
fair.
But going back to your
Without
original
threat.
question,
We're going to get back to that. The real tough questions.
your original question was Northampton, Southampton. Interesting. So London, and then about an hour and a half north is Northampton, and about an hour and a half, 2 hours south is Southampton. Totally different places.
Does the name Sophia Turner mean anything to you?
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner, yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Roald Dahl's daughter.
Who?
Who are you thinking?
Sophie Turner. She's Game of Thrones.
Oh, I think that might not be her then, maybe.
Probably
Roald
not.
Dahl's daughter's called Sophie Turner.
Do you guys watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Do you watch any show from home that we
Downton
see?
Abbey. We like Downton. We went to see the movie, didn't we? You took me.
Downton
You
Abbey's
took me
very
on a
good.
date night. Didn't tell me where we were going to see the latest Downton Abbey movie. That was good.
I have to ask you both a controversial question. And I saw you were watching it the other day. And since I'm really getting really excited to really ask him this question, what's it like watching Harry Potter for both of you from back
Oh my
home?
God, I love Harry Potter.
I mean, first of all, let's talk about it. All of them are from, all the actors are from the UK. So it's so authentic instead of having, a shipwreck like me who can't speak a lick of, Queen's English or Yorkshire.
Yeah, we still love you.
That's absolutely brilliant. I love you even more. But what's it like watching Harry Potter as a citizen? Are you guys still dual, or are you guys now citizens of here?
Yeah, we have dual citizenship.
So you can vote in both places?
We can vote, yeah.
Can we still vote in the UK?
We can. If we had residency
If we had
there.
we need an
Yeah.
address. We don't have an address there.
Yeah.
Just get,
So we
you
could.
can get like a quick P.O. box.
Could do, yeah.
I'm taking the Harry Potter question because you haven't got a clue
I
what he's
have
talking
no
about.
idea.
No.
Oh, I have a
Well, then
clue,
you're a
but I
fake Brit,
don't
then.
have an opinion.
He is, that's a really good point. Fake Brit would be a good way to describe him because he's really not watched the Harry Potter films. Have
The
you?
only
I
thing
watched
he
the
did
first
read
one or
the
the second
books.
one.
He did
Shocking.
got
those
bored.
cookies, and you
It's
haven't
not
given me
real,
even more of
Jeremy.
those.
It is not real.
Oh my
we
God,
went,
it
so
is real.
a lot of Harry Potter is filmed in a beautiful castle in the northwest of England, northeast of England, called Alnwick Castle. And Ayesha's brother got married there. It was really cool. So we went to the wedding.
This is a true story.
This is
Yeah.
a true story.
And the
when we-
castle's beautiful.
It's stunning.
Absolutely stunning.
stunning. And so he actually got married in the room that was
Great
made out to
Room.
be the Great Room. Now, it's nothing like the Great Hall. It's obviously decorated for the show, for the
And it has a
movie.
ceiling.
And it has a ceiling. Does the Great Room not have a ceiling?
No.
Wait,
didn't
in
know
Harry Potter didn't it have a scene?
No.
It's not real, the ceiling. It's just bewitched to look like the night sky.
Are the flags and the banners in the Great Hall?
It's whatever Dumbledore decides it's going to be. It can be the stars at night if he wishes it to be.
Did you read that from the
I was
books?
today years old.
Yes, it doesn't have a
So
ceiling.
I'm a fan, and I became a fan late in the game.
what?
A fan.
Fawn.
Okay, maybe I
how do you
should
say the
stop
word
the
fan?
challenge, 'cause
No,
I can't
no,
keep
we
straight
have to
face.
continue because I can't. I'm no wuss. They
No,
know.
no.
Or
No.
as we say back home, I'm no bitch. So we're gonna keep.
What
No.
did you say?
What did you mean?
You
No.
said no.
Wuss?
A wuss.
A wuss.
Yeah. No, so what would be a word that you guys say
You
back home?
could say
that
wuss.
pan-
Wuss-
You guys don't
wuss
say
is good.
Wuss is
I'm no
good, yeah.
wuss,
Wuss
yeah.
works.
Yeah.
But what's like an insulting word?
Well, no, I learned something yesterday actually because I didn't realise because here we don't call pants pants.
No.
We call pants
See,
trousers.
that's the other thing that's
Trousers.
very confusing.
and so we wear
Trousers,
pants underneath.
You wear
Pants
pants
is
under.
pants is underpants.
Yeah.
Or knickers.
Yeah,
Knickers.
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 Knickers is a good one. But we also use the word pants if something is pretty crappy. So, that was pants. We went to that movie and that was a pants movie. Or,
Okay. Another popular word that I saw on Lady Laura Croft with Angelina Jolie. Now which one of you said that she did a terrible accent on that one?
Oh, it wouldn't be me. I have no idea who she is.
Maybe there was another Brits I was talking to that said that she didn't do a good accent for that film either.
Lara Croft Tomb Raider. I thought she was pretty good.
You thought she was pretty good, like pretty
Yeah,
authentic?
she was all right.
Okay.
She was. Put it this way: as much as I love Mary Poppins, it's one of my absolute favourite movies. She was a bit better than Dick Van Dyke.
Okay.
You know.
Well, I mean,
it was-
everybody knows Dick Van Dyke was pretty
Yeah,
terrible.
but Dick Van Dyke was still awesome. I love him to bits. It's one of my favourite movies, and I will watch it
nothing
over
against
And I
and
still
over
haven't
again.
seen it yet. I just saw the clips of him telling me
You have
I
not seen Mary Poppins.
I have not seen Mary
You
Poppins. I'm not a real Brit.
Absolutely.
Should we stop this right now?
Appalling. I mean,
As they
Have
get
you
up
seen
and
Top Gun 2?
I've seen Top Gun 2.
That was good.
Yeah.
was
Have you
very
seen it
good.
already?
Yeah.
So that
I saw
excites
it
you
this
from
week.
like an American standpoint.
oh my
no, we
God,
love
Top
that,
Gun 2
yeah.
is awesome.
Did you guys see the original? Well, you guys probably still. You guys
Hello.
were in London when the original. Well, you was in Yorkshire, which is like almost like I keep saying Yorkshire, but I always feel like a Yorkshire. I think of like a Yorkie, like a dog. Like the Yorkie.
It is, yeah, Yorkshire. Yorkshire Terriers come from there.
See,
It's funny how they do that, and the Yorkshire Terriers come from York. How bizarre. What a bizarre concept.
Okay, let's go there. Let's go there. So when Top Gun came out, what was it, 81?
No, 84 or 86, one of those.
So I'll
two.
have been 10. How old were you, darling?
11 or 12, I think. About
Let's go there. How old would you? How old
Well,
would you?
1990, when we say? 19 what?
No. 1980. Let's go with 1986.
No, well, 1986, I was 21. Yeah.
No, I was 10. 11.
You were not.
12.
She's 9 years younger than me.
So is it a
9.
9 or a 10?
Excuse me, I'm 10 years younger than you.
She was born in 1974. I was born in 1965. 1974 minus 1965. I am pretty smart. I know, because I can work out commissions as well. That is 9.
9.
74 minus 65 is 9. She's 9 years younger.
This is really turning out to be, a therapy session.
Anyway, what were you were talking about English words. What did you?
Oh, the most famous one that, again, from Lady, Laura Craft, and I have to skip this. My ADHD gets all over the place here.
Never know.
The show, you never noticed, right? The show House,
Yes.
as portrayed by
like that.
Hugh Laurie.
Yeah.
I was completely mind-fucked when I heard him speak with,
An American accent.
no,
With an
So
English
he,
accent.
With
he
an
does
English
an
accent.
American accent absolutely seamlessly, doesn't he?
Seamlessly.
And when you hear him
For
talk
8 seasons.
normal
for 8.
in an English accent,
And
it's
he also
beautiful.
played a police officer in another film that it begets me right now, but it really it was behind the scenes of House when I realized he was from the UK.
Yeah.
And I lost all
Yeah.
my marbles.
He is-
Renee Zellweger, she's the same. When you watch
When she
like
watched
the Bridget Jones
Jones,
stuff,
she's good. She's
her
got a good
English
accent.
accent is fantastic.
Yeah, no, there was that rom-com movie that she was in. I think
Yeah.
you would.
Bridget
Bridget
Jones.
Jones.
Bridget Jones. Okay, that was the one I got. Sorry,
Keep
and
up.
it was, which is crazy
good.
because she also played in Cinderella Man with, what's his name? He played in Gladiator. Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And she had this perfect accent from New Jersey, and it was.
But Hugh Laurie is very, very good, and
He
he
is-
he has got a very, very posh English accent as well.
posh. Now,
A bit like mine.
is he from London then?
I think he's
England?
predominantly from London, isn't he? Yeah.
So going back to Harry Potter, then where are all those children from that are now my?
Well, they'll probably be from more the London way. I mean,
don't
Hermione was definitely London. She has a London accent. Daniel Radcliffe is London.
So it's like us, like when we're watching a movie, we can tell, oh, they're from New York, or they're
Oh,
from
yeah.
California, they're
Yeah,
from
you'd be able
Texas.
to tell.
It's like you guys have that same ear for
Yeah.
where they're from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of the guy. So which is the kid that? Oh, I don't know. Why I'm asking you. The kid that set things on fire, always blew stuff up. Seamus, I think his name was. He was obviously from Ireland. He had an Irish accent on Harry Potter. So you will get different dialects there, but the main cast, the trio, were probably mainly from London way.
Okay. So getting back to the word, because I got back to Hugh Laurie.
We get there in the end.
We're going to get there. The term burger.
Burger.
Burger. Or
Well, no, it was the way he said it was burger. But is it burger? Because it doesn't mean like an actual eating of a burger.
what does it mean?
You put it in. Give me a sentence
Yes.
with the word in.
This building blew up. Burger.
Oh, bugger.
Okay. I think you might be thinking of a different word. So burger is something you eat, has an R in it.
Right.
And bugger is like, oh crap.
Bugger.
No, say the word again.
Bugger.
Bugger.
B-U-G-G.
Like a booger?
No, that's a booger. This is a bugger.
Just bugger.
But he sounded like he said the word burger.
Burger. He probably did, yeah.
Bugger.
Bugger,
Good
yeah.
bugger.
Yeah, so he's very posh English accent. Very posh. No, it probably did sound like that, because when you doing the Queen's English, oh, bugger.
Oh, bugger.
Then that sounds
Bugger.
like.
And you
Like
probably got to do something with your
With
lip.
your lip.
He definitely had the lip thing going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that
and
face
his mouth
that,
was
like,
his mouth
Prince
was
Charles
full.
has.
He was short.
So so that's a little bit like, oh damn it. Oh my God.
So that's what that means, like, damn it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay. What would be like a really, really like, you know, bad word where it's like, it's all's gone to shit?
Well, I don't know. I mean, most of the really bad words
the
are like
same.
they're the same. But there's one that I really
Like if I was going to, this is what I want to protect myself. If I want to go to London, I want to go on vacation. You know, I happen to get to, you know, an incident. You know, or I'm trying to avoid an incident in a bar. What word should I not say?
or should you not say? Well, I think it's the same sort of words
Probably
you'd
just
use
don't
here.
insult anybody.
Well, I would never.
Don't tell anybody that their mother
just-
looks like X or whatever.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work, is it?
No.
Your mother looks exactly like Dave Chubb on a bad hair day.
That's a bad day, right? That's a bad day.
Well, I suppose if they knew you, they'd
I'll tell you a
probably be very
word that
upset.
is one of my favourites that I kind of forget about until Brits come over here is bollocks.
Is what?
Bollocks.
Bollocks.
Yeah, so bollocks are like testicles, but what you know, you'd use that in a sentence like, "What a load of bollocks."
Or if something went wrong, you'd go, "Oh, bollocks."
Oh, bollocks. But it's not the word, it's the,
Sentiment.
yeah, it's how you say it. It's like, what a load of bollocks.
Also, just to confuse the matter, it can also be used to say
I'm already
something's
confused.
really
Oh, it
awesome, because
can,
you could be
yeah.
saying, "Oh my gosh, that's the dog's bollocks."
Yeah, so that's like really good. You'd say something was the dog's bollocks. It's like, oh my God, that ice cream was the dog's bollocks.
Okay, so I have to rewind
Sorry
a
to
little bit.
confuse a little bit,
I'm,
we're kind of
because
giving you
I'm
opposites.
completely lost and, you know, I'm at a loss
Yeah.
for words. You guys came here in 2010.
Correct.
To move permanently.
Correct.
I imagine there was many a trips here, unless you guys just spun the globe
No, we used to come pretty much every year on vacation.
to
Well,
holiday,
we-
on holiday.
on holiday. We don't say
do
vacation.
vacation.
No, it's holiday.
Yeah.
Like we're celebrating holiday coming up.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well, we started.
that's a
didn't-
day off for us. We don't
We-
call them holiday, we call them day off.
We started, didn't we, with the girls and my brother, and we brought them over for like a holiday of a lifetime. And we'd saved up like most people do. And then we came over and we absolutely loved it. So then we started to come every year. And then you came out and did your pilot's license.
You can fly.
Well, no, I did my pilot's license in the UK. I came here and did my instrument
Instrument
rating.
rating, yeah.
It's
And
like
then-
a third of the price, man.
Wait,
And
here?
then, yeah,
Isn't things more expensive over there?
No,
certain
I think
things.
that's more about exchange rates and things.
But at that point, it made much more sense for him to come and do it over here. And then I was in the Air Force, and the plan was for us to retire out here when I
Wait,
finished.
the
wasn't
British
it?
Air Force, right?
Yes.
That's, somebody salute her.
Well, we call it the Royal Air Force, and
Royal
we do
Air
not
Force.
do salutes like that. We do salutes like that.
That's right, the improper
It's
way.
the Royal Air Force.
So I'm going to tell you, so there's a couple of things, right? So in our house we have a rule that you can't watch the film unless you've read the book.
Good thing I don't live there.
Yeah, so but the books are absolutely phenomenal.
I've had my sister-in-law.
And,
she's read them all backwards
yeah.
and forwards a million times.
And so when the last one came out, you remember this, I went and actually, so when...
The last one or the first one?
The last one.
Okay.
It was the last book that came out when she released it. So I actually went and lined up at midnight in the UK at a bookstore and waited to buy it. Got home, must have been about 2 a.m. And he came downstairs, because he obviously didn't come with me to buy it, and I was still reading it at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'd literally got home and just sat down and started to read it, because I had to know how it ended. Had to know. It's phenomenal.
Are you sure that was the last? I think it's the first one.
No, it was the last one.
I have a
Yeah.
bit more of an embarrassing story than that.
That's not embarrassing. That's very
well,
cool.
That I should say that was cool. No, that was cool. I agree. But my story is very embarrassing. I don't even want to admit it now.
Go
but you know
on,
what?
do it.
I'm man enough to say it. So you went to the midnight premiere of the movie, right?
No, the
No,
book
she just
club.
Of the
went to
book.
the
But
book.
even still,
Yeah.
but when the movies came out, you're probably one of the first ones to go see the movies, right?
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah. The books, the movies came out, yeah, I went straight to
Do
see
you know
them.
what the only books that I've read that also became film adaptations that,
Okay, is this
This
an
is Barbie.
R-rated...
and it's not an R-rated.
This is
Okay,
Barbie.
we need to...
This is Barbie
No.
and Ken,
Okay.
isn't it?
No, it's worse than that.
Okay.
Twilight.
Oh no, those are good.
I've read.
Those are good books.
I read all of the books.
Oh no.
Twilight, Breaking Dawn.
Yeah.
The
See,
whole.
our eldest daughter's the same. She's read all of them, and then
I've
she
watched,
was like,
and I was real big into like Team Edward, Team Jacob.
yeah, no, that's
was-
fair. That's fair.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's
you know,
a very-
I feel like
that's
I feel
good.
like people now are like slowly
No.
unsubscribing as we speak
Yeah.
right now. Unless you're a Twihard fan.
No,
You
that's
know.
those were good books, and the films were. I don't know if you found it, but I always think the books are always better. But then that's. Just,
I mean, the book was more. Did they have more time for? You could only do so much. No one's going to sit in the theater for more than 2.5 hours
No.
without getting antsy.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's why we always say you have to read the book first. So and also I made the boys read the books because it's their imagination.
we recently went to the Studio Movie Grill here, and this was just past weekend. We went to go see Lightyear. Awful movie.
Oh, we haven't seen that.
Is that Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear.
But in his early days.
But it was based, so Andy had a toy, Buzz Lightyear, that was made off of the movie. Well, if that was the reason for why he wanted to get that toy, it was completely awful. There's just no plot, no storyline, just 2.5 hours of rubbish.
Half.
Half
hours.
It was 2.5 hours of absolute rubbish. See what I did there?
I was impressed.
I
What
connected-
would you normally say then?
Of
Two-
absolute.
2.5 hours. Would you say? Because that's the other thing.
2.5
that
I would
hours
say
of absolute.
two garbage.
I see. We would say pants as well. You use pants there as well. Absolute pants.
Pants no longer mean what I thought it means.
But
like
that's
that
the
meme.
thing,
You're
like-
using that word. I don't know what you think you knew what it means.
Telling time here.
What about
That's really because like the boys have been in school here since.
How do you say if something's like if it's like 10 to 12?
Yeah.
That there's something you say
If it's-
10 of or something. What's that all about?
10 over 10,
10
to.
of. What
Or
does
10
10 of mean? Of
So if
what?
it's
What are you talking
11
No,
about?
there are a
50.
lot of stupid things that I don't agree with in the American language, like when you tell time when they teach you in school, it's a quarter after.
Yeah, I mean,
or
why
it's a
would you
quarter.
say quarter
to.
I get
But
that.
why would you call
Quarter
it a
to.
quarter? Well, I get why you call it a quarter, right? Because it's a quarter of the clock.
And I get after, but what's of?
Of the hour.
That's ridiculous.
It's of the hour.
What do you mean of the hour?
It's-
But
it's
10
10
of the hour.
10 of
It's
the-
like 10 to. It's like 10 until the hour.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
get it.
it's
I don't
one
get
of
it.
those. Hey,
It's like elevator and lift.
we still, we haven't. It's like our metric system here.
I remember being in a class once
We don't
and
even do
someone was
kilometres.
mocking my accent. And he said, so for instance, he said with his American accent, he says, like, you call it a lift. He said, so does it not go down? And I said, well, just like the elevator, does that go down as well? That elevates? Or
Oh, it's a lift. You guys call it.
we call it a lift.
The best
you
one
get in
though
the
is
lift.
Torch, isn't it? 'Cause he was
Torch-
packing to go to scout camp, and I went, "Have you got?" I said to someone, "Have you
No,
got the
better
torch?"
story. So I went on a listing appointment once, no word of a lie, and we went into this house, and it was a bit of a hoarder's house, okay? And I called my assistant and said, her name was Suzanne, I said, Suzanne, if I'm not out in 40 minutes, this is the address I'm at. There's a woman at the back of the house. They have no lights on. And the owner of the house, she's at the back of the house by the window with a great big torch. And she said, with a torch? And I said, yeah, a torch. And I said, there's like alarms everywhere. There's boxes. This is like weird. She had, she'd got doors set up so that if someone came from the outside, the door would come in. And it wasn't until after that she said, when she said, what was she doing with a torch? And I said, well, she didn't have any electricity on. So she turned her torch on and she was like looking around. And she said, oh, you mean a flashlight? She thought she was walking around with this great big flame through the house, which would have been really weird. But no, it was a torch.
And so she didn't call any emergency services to come and help you. She thought she had a torch.
No, she
in
liked
a
me, but not that
hoarder's
much.
house. Okay.
Yeah.
So I recently went to Barcelona, and we went out over to Europe and went to Italy and Rome and these different
Well,
places.
Rome is in Italy.
Well, exactly. That was let you know specifically.
Okay, that's
the
nice.
area.
That's nice. Yeah, I like that.
And they don't use the word bathroom. They use the word toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use that.
UK, that's a thing.
Or loo. Can I go to the loo?
No, it was just toilet.
Yeah.
And one.
Do they do that in Italy as well? Was that in Italy?
No, Italy, yeah, everywhere in Barcelona, everywhere it was toilet. It was time just said toilet.
So Canada's different as well because I can never remember which. So are we restroom here or bathroom here?
We're restroom.
Because
Restroom.
Canada has the opposite. What are we?
We're
restroom
restroom,
here.
yeah.
Restroom.
So they have bathrooms,
Yeah.
do they?
Yeah. So my biggest question is, here, if you go to McDonald's, they have the Canadian bacon on the Egg McMuffin.
Why would you go to the rest? You don't go to a restroom to rest. You go to the restroom to have go to the toilet.
Well, right. I don't know why.
And a bathroom. There is none of the bathrooms I've been in Disney
You
Or
can
in
rest.
Have a
there are
bath
no
in it.
baths in there, right?
Yeah, it just
I'm just
again,
saying.
you know, it's another one of those, you know, dumbfound things of, you know, being an American, you know.
okay.
So, I mean, hot dog it's a dog that becomes hot dog. And too lazy to name it anything else.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I get it.
You know, after the war, after we kicked your ass, we just didn't care about anything else. We were
okay.
too lazy to
Just take all the letters out and
just take all
Bastardise
the
It's
that
amazing the
language.
lengths people go to be different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
we really wanted that independence. So we got to talk a little bit about them. I mean, clearly we can debate this all day long, but I want to do some rapid fire questions here with you guys.
Do you need to be scared?
Not really if you know want to be. And I would go back and forth with the rapid fire questions. All right.
I'm
And
nervous.
Yeah, I am as well. I don't quite know what he's going to ask
no,
me.
it's a very simple question. This is where they get to know Team Chubb. This is where they get to know Ayesha and Dave a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Ayesha, you first. Disney or Universal?
Universal.
Because of Harry Potter. It's so funny. You're the first one. Everyone else has been a Disney fanatic.
Yeah.
You know, Universal or Disney, Dave?
I think I'd say Disney.
You're going to say Disney?
Yeah.
Why Disney?
More diverse.
More-
It's more, Universal is more just about the movie, whereas Disney is more about the experience.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Ayesha, favorite color?
Red.
Red. Favorite food?
Sushi, probably.
Why America?
Why America?
Yeah, why right here in Central Florida?
I'm,
Like when you moved here, why'd you pick here?
all I have to do is point you to look at the sky and that's sunshine.
You guys don't have good weather over there in the UK. That's
We
terrible.
do, but it's probably
Probably
above
5
the
days
cloud.
of a year.
Yeah. So it's
It's
mainly
well
cold
hidden.
over there.
and wet and grey. Other than that, it's beautiful.
Yeah, you know the US does have the best part of the earth. Favorite food?
I think like a roast chicken. Roast chicken.
Like a
on
rotisserie.
Sunday. Yeah, I like that.
And you like that a lot. Favorite color?
Probably blue. No,
Blue.
I'm not really worried about that.
And I want to bring this kind of.
What about the other question? Because I wanted to ask.
Well, we don't really
something.
care about you. We just care about
Okay,
Ayesha.
all right.
Well,
That's-
you
that's
have
fair.
spoken a lot,
Okay.
Yeah.
haven't you, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
you want to
know.
put a little spotlight on Ayesha.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, especially. So, do you find that being a JAG officer or the equivalent has given you a leg up in your negotiation power? You know, you understand how to argue. No, it's not just becoming a woman, because all women know how to. You know, the first man alive to ever win a big argument was Johnny Depp. So,
That was bizarre, wasn't it?
I didn't keep up. I just know that he won, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
you know, when I saw all the video clips and I got the condensed. I didn't watch it. You know, a month. I just got the cliff notes in the 5 minutes that Amber Heard she lied throughout the whole entire process, and yeah, I just wanted to.
Bizarre.
I mean, so,
Yeah.
but did you find that it helps you in real estate? So.
I think the only thing it really does is help me see that it's just a discussion between two people to try and get a win-win for everybody. That's it. And there's no, having done litigation was my bag. So that was what I trained in. So disputes was how I learned law.
She's really good at arguing.
I believe it.
So there's no point. There's no point in holding anything back. You know, you work with other people to achieve the best goals for everybody. Because in real estate, there shouldn't be any animosity. We're all trying to just achieve a result that's going to get a seller what they want and get a buyer what they want. And as long as you do that with honesty and integrity, then that's what's important to me. But I don't know. I think I'm okay at it.
Now, were either of you in real estate prior to coming down to when you guys just said 2000? It was 2010, right?
I did real estate as a lawyer in the UK. So in the UK it works very differently, and lawyers do real estate in the UK.
So not real estate. Okay.
But not the selling. So an estate agent does the selling, but the transaction is all handled by.
So what
By
did
a
you
lawyer.
do in the UK?
That's
That's a
pharmaceuticals.
really good question.
My background was pharmaceuticals.
You were a street pharmacist.
I was
You
a
sold
drug dealer,
drugs.
street drug dealer.
That's what we
yeah.
call a street pharmaceutical. You know,
Yes.
here.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah, street pharma. That's for the legal term for a drug dealer.
Yeah,
You know,
little white bags.
little cocaine.
I don't know anything about those, but I'm sure that's what it's like.
So you were in
Little
pharmaceutical.
baggies.
So was it like sales, or like did you like?
Well, I was sales training, sales management back in the UK.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I did that for a long time, and then really my first entry into into real estate was 2013 here. That's when I got my license.
So 2013. So you guys came here. You guys took holiday. You love the sun. Because you guys could have picked anywhere in the US. You could have picked anywhere in Florida. What made you say, boom? So I'm gonna do this rapid fire. Give me the first 5 things that come to mind about why you picked Florida. Give me the 5 best things.
Disney, weather, the US. I've got to do 5. Food.
Our food is superior to yours.
Can you give
isn't
me
it?
one?
No,
because
it had
he's
to be
going to
yours.
ask me mine.
Oh, it's gotta be
I'm
mine.
going to give you one.
One other, and then, I'm going to count Disney as theme parks, but then we also love the nature here as well. The stuff that you don't see when you go to Disney. Is that?
The nature.
Yeah.
I need you to elaborate on that because I hate
Well,
nature.
like canoeing and all of that sort of
No,
stuff.
I
The
don't.
alligators and all of that. It's fantastic.
I like watching, the alligators on TV, and I might go to Gatorland, but I don't like to experience nature.
Well,
I don't understand the
our
people.
boys are in Scouts, so we go camping.
Yeah, I
quite a
don't
bit.
understand that.
Yeah, it's
Why
awesome.
would you pay to go sleep outside?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Like when I have to pay from my house to sleep on the inside.
that's true.
It's a broken concept.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It
You're
doesn't
right.
make any.
It's
I won't even go
stupid. How dumb.
glamping.
Oh,
Americans have this term called glamping,
Yeah.
where they get the camper and the RV and they, motor trot wherever they're going to, and they stay there, and it's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish.
Yeah, I don't think that's an American thing. I think that's like a worldwide thing.
Well,
have
it's
to-
stupid.
I have to say, after I went through basic training, I came back from basic training and I'd been out in the middle of nowhere for God knows how long. And I got back and he went, "Did you have fun?" I went, "Yeah." I was exhausted.
How long was your basic training?
Was it 12 weeks?
That's
12
like
weeks for Jack.
13 weeks for Marine Corps. That's almost as long. You do a lot of shooting there. I mean, did you have to learn how to shoot a rifle?
Yeah, you had to learn to
and
strip
But the
a
funny thing was,
strip a rifle and put it back together blindfolded. Very cool.
Ayesha's group, so it was lawyers, nurses, doctors, and pastors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And hers was the first officer group that went through the Royal Air Force College in Cranwell, where they let them have a real gun.
Right.
They didn't trust them; they had to carry wooden guns.
That's not
before.
true. It wasn't. We didn't trust them. It's because we are a group that are extremely well protected. There was never going to be a need for us to have a rifle.
Didn't trust.
If you
Would you
can-
trust her with a gun,
It
with
depends.
a
I don't know.
rifle?
I mean, if I would probably have to see her in action at the range. If we gave you a rifle right now, blindfolded, could you tear it apart and put it back together?
Absolutely no chance. No.
And no
It was
chance.
a very long time ago, and
Well,
I
that's great
could not
because
even
we have a
remember.
rifle here.
Do you? Excellent.
And we wanted
I'd love
see
to have a
if
go
it's-
though.
You love to have a go at
Yeah,
it? Okay.
but no, it was.
One day we'll go up to one of these machine gun places and rifle places,
Yeah.
and we'll go shoot. We'll see who does it better, the Marine
Oh no,
Corps
I don't
or
want
the
to
Royal.
shoot it. I just want to.
Oh, it was the Marine Corps.
I don't know.
I don't want to shoot it. I'm not really. I just
Like,
want to take it apart and put it back
Big on my
together again.
veterans, So I came from. So we give you a history lesson, because you guys came over here and took over, but again we kicked your ass in, 1776. There is also a place in the UK called Hampton and Norfolk and Suffolk in that area, which if you look in Virginia, there are those places as well that were named Norfolk and Suffolk.
Norfolk.
Yeah.
Norfolk.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Well, in an American
Yeah.
accent, it's Norfolk,
Okay. Okay.
like the F-U-C-K.
okay. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And
Is it?
Well, no, it's no, that's how it's pronounced, but it's Norfolk.
It
But
is.
people when they see it, they'll say Norfolk, but it's not Norfolk. It's Norfolk.
It's not Norfolk.
No,
It's
it's
Norfolk.
Ook.
No.
Norfolk.
No. That's not how it's pronounced.
How do you, that place in Scotland where it has the castle, Edinburgh.
Oh, Edin.
Yeah.
Edinburgh
Oh
or
my
Edinburgh.
goodness. Right.
I don't know. What is that?
Come on.
Edinburgh.
I can't cope with this anymore. It's Edinburgh, and it's not Edinburgh. Like you Americans say, I'm going to Edinburgh or Berkshire.
Edinburgh.
No, it's Berkshire and Edinburgh.
What about
You
Warren
should-
Buffett's company? Is it Berkshire? Is it
Berkshire. Berkshire.
It's Berkshire. Wait.
I didn't remember what the real word was. Berkshire. That's right, Berkshire.
No, Warren Buffett's
Well,
company.
we lived
it's-
in
it's-
Berkshire. It's a county.
But it's always say Berkshire Hathaway. It's a realty company too, Berkshire.
Yeah.
We're not talking
It's
about that right now.
Berkshire.
But
Do the
Berkshire.
ask him to name the
Oh,
longest
there's
in Wales.
a village in Wales
Wait, my American accent or my
Oh,
Well,
do it neither, Jeremy.
I'm
happy with either.
You're up for
darling.
challenges,
Yeah.
right?
I'm
You like
always up for a
challenges.
challenge. You
So
know.
if I give you a name of a, so we've mentioned London, we've mentioned Edinburgh. So you're pretty good with having that conversation.
Absolutely,
I'm going
I'm
to
an
give you the
expert.
name of a village in Wales. This is a real village, and I'd like you just to repeat it back to me if you could. Is that challenge accepted?
A challenge accepted.
Okay, so this is a little village in Wales, and the name of the village is Llanfair Pwthgwyngyth Gochgedis Llandrobai Llandasilia Gochochoch. So if you could just throw that back at me then with your best English or
American accent would
I'm
be
easy
fine.
either way.
Wait a minute. Is that really a name of a village in Wales?
The name goes the whole length of the train platform.
That's-
Llanfair Pwthgwyngyth Gochgedis Llandrobai Llandasilia Gochochoch.
I knew you guys didn't speak
Bring it
English
back.
over there. No, that you know what that really sounds like. You ever seen Bruce Almighty in that scene where Jim Carrey takes over Steve Carell's voice, like.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what that sounded like.
So can you imagine going out for a beer on a Friday and saying, where should we go tonight? Should we go to London or should we go to Llanfair Pwthgwyngyth Gochgedis? By the time you
No, that sounds like a Klingon translation from Star Trek or something like that. And I'm coming. That's exactly what that. That's not. That's not even. No, that's not even Queen's English or
No,
proper English.
no, it really
that's
isn't.
nothing.
It really
That is
isn't.
absolutely rubbish. And
Yeah.
you know, whoever lives in that town needs to know they can't go around speaking like that.
No, we oh,
Excuse
We're
me, you
trying to get
are a
that.
quarter Welsh.
I'm
Stick to your
50%
roots.
Welsh.
Oh,
actually.
50% Welsh. There we go.
Yeah.
And Ayesha, what are you? Like, what is your mix?
You mean my breed?
Yeah, your breed, your mix. What
Half
So-
human?
half female, you can half human.
So my dad is from India,
Okay.
from Bombay originally, and my mum is Welsh. But she's half Welsh, half Yorkshire.
That is an awesome combo. It's like a bag of trail mix with these two. You know, you just never know.
I'm quite a good mix, aren't I? I like it. I
mean,
like being a
He puts a
mix.
ring on it, as Beyonce would say. You know, so.
It
he
wasn't a
liked
big enough ring, though. It
Oh,
needs to be a bigger ring.
Whatever.
is that why you overcompensate?
Whatever.
So, okay. I want to get to this. So you came here. Who was the first one? 2013. You get your real estate license. Were you first, or were you first when you came?
Oh no, I was in the middle of having babies and looking after small children.
And then why did you say real estate? Why did you say, I'm going to come
Honestly?
from London? And then I would imagine you probably had to overcome learning first the area, and then people saying, well, how does someone from London know our real estate market? Does it help you now in negotiations? Does it work against you? I've always had the theory, and I told you both this, that it gives you an advantage when negotiating, because most people don't want to negotiate with someone else who it's one of those, it's one of those, and I don't mean to be, I don't want to be, prejudiced or racist, but it's like one of those things where like an American will go back to another American and they're negotiating a price. Well, we'll go back and forth all day. We call someone, it's those 800 numbers like computer help or whatever, and it's someone from like Asia, India, and all when they tell us no, we Americans just automatically, oh, well, they said no. And we don't question it any further. So I would feel like when you guys would negotiate, you guys typically always win. They did for me, by the way, just FYI, but.
Was he? I'd forgotten what his question
I
was.
know. I that was.
What
No,
so
very long.
learning, so coming here, did you have to overcome learning, the geographical area, especially because you can't.
Well,
Geographic
we moved here, we didn't even know which side of the road to drive on. Let's be honest. We drive on the left-hand side of the road,
Right.
drive on the right-hand side, so I didn't even know that. And when it comes to real estate, I always thought, I needed to learn the language of a house, because we don't call this stuff drywall, this is plasterboard, right? We don't have baseboards, we have skirting boards. So all the language was totally different. But I don't think, and here's my perspective, we don't negotiate as real estate agents. And a bit like Ayesha was saying, we don't really negotiate. What we do is we talk to our customer, and like Ayesha said, what we do is we say, well, what's the best thing for you? And we pass a message over to the other side, and they pass one back. And we're just trying to facilitate that conversation to get to where everyone is in a win. right? It's not about trying to get the most for someone or the least. It really is about, money is just one negotiator, but it's about trying to really understand what is the best thing for that customer and then passing that message on in the most effective way.
And you didn't ask me what the reasons I moved here.
That's because he's more interested in me.
Well, yeah, that was very obvious from.
Well, I wanted to throw you off because I know you were
obvious.
building your answers. I wanted to catch you off guard
No,
again.
that's fine.
You probably built your answers.
No, but I was going to say, because my thing when I work with, we moved here completely alone. So we understand what it's like when people who are relocating or moving here. And my thing is that I really do want all of our clients to be our family. So I try to make sure that we give them the opportunity to get what they're hoping for, their expectations are met. And when we moved over here, I moved here for the quality of life. I mean, I could not get this quality of life in the UK. The weather was a really big deal for that, but there's also, you look at the food, the portion sizes, the opportunities for kids. I mean, Disney, you asked me Disney or Universal, and I say Universal now, but when we came, we had Disney tickets, and I would take our 2-year-old every single day. We would literally go every single day, and I loved it, and those memories are memories that I've got and will never be replaced. And I remember walking up to the doors of Magic Kingdom and seeing the line of people who have saved up for so many years to come, and the weather was either awful or it was not a great day, and I would literally turn around and go, okay, not today. And the gratitude that I felt for being able to just say, not today, I'm going to do it another day. So that's why we moved here, and those things that were important to me, I want to make sure that for our clients, we get those things. So it's not just about the money, it's about, like for you, it was, we want something that's going to make you lots of money, you want something that's going to be a good location for an investment, we want to make sure that if you want to use it, it's going to be a great location for you and your family. So anything that's important to individuals when they're looking for something here, coming over here having not known anybody, we lived in, how many different places? We lived in 5 different places or 6 different places all around Orlando, because we couldn't decide. And we were like, okay, so we know all of them. We know all the different things for, how to do short term, the long term, all that kind of stuff. But whatever's important, that's the thing that made us want to come here. And that quality of life, Disney was one. The sunshine, the opportunities for our kids. I mean, we have 2 older girls and 2 younger boys, and their upbringings have been completely different, haven't they?
And how old are the girls now? I always forget that you only have the 2 boys because they're the ones that we see. How old? Give us the ages of your children.
You do that one,
So
darling.
Charlie's 32 and Lauren is 29. So Charlie's now got a little baby. So we've got a granddaughter in the UK, but they both live in the UK.
They decided to stay
partners.
back.
Yes,
Because you guys had them before you
Yeah.
came here.
Yeah.
But they love the UK. They don't want to come here. They just come on holiday
Yeah.
and then they go back.
Yeah. Well done, you got the word holiday right.
He
Well
did,
done.
he's getting it.
He's
isn't
getting
he?
it,
He's
isn't
getting
he?
I
good.
told you, I just
Yeah.
need 60 days. I
Yeah.
just need 60 days, I think we can extrapolate so much from what you honestly said from all of that, truly. And I think that really hits home for a lot of people because that story resonates so well with a lot of people. Whether it's a military veteran family relocating, whether it's someone retiring on a new venture, you guys truly know what it means to start over fresh. No one except yourselves didn't know the language barrier here, even though it's English. Captain getting used to our culture, our mannerisms, demeanor, learning your way. It's scary. So you guys can really also show empathy to a lot of people, and I think that really hit home. I think a little bit more when you really put it like that, and I think a lot of people should gravitate to it, because that's pretty heavy for you to be able to walk them through there. And I can speak firsthand, Dave, when I was nervous buying my first time, even though I become so numb to the process because I do it
Sure.
15 times a month with my own clients. But when it was nervous for buying my first primary, but then I bought my first investment, it's another type of roller coaster. It's another type of holy shit, this is a second mortgage, this is another mortgage payment, right? Like, I have to be responsible for it, and going through all the factors. And I just say honestly, this isn't just rubbish. you weren't pushing me towards the most expensive of the properties. It wasn't you were saying, no, I think this one's actually a better investment. Like, you talked me away from Champions Gate when there was a really, really great property over there. I remember it, and it had a little bit higher of an HOA, and it was like, really loved it. But you were like, I think this is your first one. This one's greater. It's better for turnkey. Fees are a little bit low. We went through the math, I think, like 4 or 5 different times before it really made sense. And I think that just comes from what Ayesha said. You guys been there.
I don't know if that's the been there or if that is
the carry.
We are truly, and I couldn't do it any other way. Is what are you really looking to do? And if this is your first step, well, let's look at a first step property that's going to give you the greatest return. That's going to give you the best. Now that might mean we don't get paid very much. That's not what this is about, because
that's irrelevant to us.
It really
isn't it?
is. Yeah. We're going to get paid, right? As real estate agents, as loan officers, we're going to get paid. It's okay, all right? We earn pretty good money. So therefore, let's forget about that and focus on doing the right thing. And the right thing is truly understanding what is it that's best for the customer. When we do listings, I will go with both prices for selling their house and also for renting, right? I'm going to make nothing if they choose to go renting, but what I want to do is to give them all of their options, and then they make the best decision for them. It's not about anything else.
No.
We can laugh and joke about it all we want, but it's truly comes down to what is best for that customer.
And like I said, and that it's really important. I want all of the people we work with to be our family. I don't call them clients. I call them our family.
Any last words? Like, anything you want to tell people before we, sign off?
What about?
Anything about you. And this is a great way that we've been wrapping these videos up the last couple of days. What is one thing, Dave, that people don't know about you that you want them to know?
One thing they don't know about me.
Oh, we spilled a lot, haven't we? So
We have. I don't know. What was one thing about me? In the UK, I was a magistrate. So I have the letters JP, Justice of the Peace, and my official title for that in the UK would be Your Worship. So Jeremy, you in the future can, if you choose to, call me Your Worship.
Yes, my lord.
That is very interesting, and I don't ever think I would ever call you Your Worship.
No, you're welcome.
Now, Ayesha can call you Your Worship.
Ayesha will never, ever call him Your Worship.
I mean, if you go back home, you would have to call him eventually Your
I
Worship.
would never. He did so magistrates did criminal work, and I didn't do an awful lot. And also, we would have had a conflict of interest. There would have been a conflict everywhere.
Because you were in the Royal Air Force, so your hierarchy over him back home.
I'm a flight lieutenant, yeah.
And so you would outrank.
I would outrank him in every way, shape, and form.
Hardly.
In every single way, shape, and form.
Your Worship.
Your Worship. That's a great way.
So funny story that her brother again. He was 18 at the time, and we were in court, and he wanted to come into court to see how everything worked. And in the UK, you have 3 magistrates. And just like here, when the judge comes in, you have an usher in the court who says all rise, and everyone stands up when they walk in. So we have the retiring room in the back of the court, and her brother, who like a cool 18-year-old, we had the usher. As we ring on the little buzzer, and the usher says all rise, and everyone stands up. And so there's her brother standing up at the back, having to stand up because his brother-in-law's walking in. And because he was so pissed at the fact that he had to stand up, I said to the other 2, let's go out and do it again. So we said, excuse me, we're going to have to just retire just a minute. We did it 3 times. And so every time we came back in, the usher would say, all rise, and you could see him go, having to stand up every time. And he hated it, absolutely hated it.
Well,
Your Worship.
Your Worship. I'm sure you did that on purpose.
No.
You would never do anything like that.
He would never do anything like that, would he?
Ayesha, what's one thing that you want someone to know about you that they didn't know? What's something that most people don't know about you? Like, you really ruined that Royal British thing, the whole being in the army.
I already did that, didn't I? I don't know. What's one thing?
I feel like family already. I promise you, I won't be able to stop this. This is going to go on for at least another 45 minutes past.
I don't know.
Or 10 past. Or
You
10
didn't help me when I asked. You have to think about your own.
I should have made you
I
say
know,
one
but
thing about each
you've
other.
known me longer than I've known you, so can you work it out? I played rugby when I was at university and absolutely loved it.
Like physical, full-on, no pads rugby.
Well, rugby doesn't have pads.
Well,
so
that's
yes.
that's why I wanted to make
Yes,
that emphasis,
as
because we understand.
distinguished from American football.
Right. You know, we know what rugby is. You guys brought
You were
that.
pretty quick, weren't you? You were a winger, weren't you?
Yeah, I
You
I
played
loved
for
it.
the Royal Air Force as well.
I did, yeah. I played
Now
rugby for
that
the Air
is-
Force.
She has way more cool.
Oh, duh.
Dude, you really shot up.
Duh.
You know.
She is pretty cool.
Right? No. So you play. So now, was it an interleague where there's men and women, or just was it a women league?
Oh no, it wasn't co-ed. It was
Okay.
only women versus women or men
Did you
versus
run other
Can you
women
see
over?
300-pound men playing rugby with 100?
You know,
Come
we are in a spirit of equality lately. So,
on. Right.
so
I don't think they have co-ed rugby still.
No,
I don't think
don't
it's an
think that would
option.
work.
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
Good thought. I like it.
I mean, it's something to strive for, I imagine,
Yeah.
as long as the healthcare improves. But yeah,
the healthcare is not great over there in the UK, right?
no, here. I meant here.
Oh, here it's better over there.
Healthcare in
It's
the UK
great.
is awesome.
So let's move over here for sunshine, Disney, and weather. And, you know, our bodies are gonna die on us before.
Right about that, as long as it's nice.
You know,
and
because we have
hot.
coffee. Because we threw all the tea into the Boston Harbor. So
And we just keep bringing it back.
you keep bringing back all the tea.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Chubb, it's been absolutely brilliant. I want to thank you both.
Yeah, pleasure's ours.
No, thank you. I think this was truly great. This was truly brilliant, and people really going to get to really laugh and enjoy this. And this has been. We must do it again soon, and we'll do another activity, cricket or
That'd be
food,
great.
or
Cricket would be good,
fish
yeah.
and chips. You know what we really need to do? We'll invite Jeff and Cade back down, and we'll film at Harry Potter Land in Universal Studios. And
There's also some really good British cafes. We'll take you to one of those.
yeah, we need to. Dave, Ayesha, how do they contact you? What is the great way for them to get in touch with you?
Probably best to call Ayesha, because she's really good. She knows how to answer the phone. So what do you want, a phone number or something like that?
Phone number, email.
So phone number would be 407.
Actually, you know what? We don't care. Let me say from Ayesha, since she's going to call her anyway. You know.
So my cell number, is that what you want? My cell number. My
I
cell
think
number
that's what
is 407
But talk to the camera, not me.
407 361 0981. And my email, you want my email?
Yes, absolutely.
Is Ayesha, which is AYESHA .Chubb, which is CHUBB @kw.com.